Welcome back to the cooking channel. I'm Chris, and today in this very special episode I'm joined by my sister Olivia. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
For Christmas we're going to make some cinnamon rolls, and we're going to have Olivia walk you through all the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe.
What you're going to need for this recipe is 1 package of dry yeast, 1/4 a cup of warm water, 4.5 cups of white flour, approximately, 1 cup of lukewarm milk, 3/4 a cup granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon cinnamon, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of butter, 3/4 a cup confectioner's sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, finally 4 teaspoons of warm water.
Once you have all the ingredients together, we're going to take our 1/4 cup of warm water and a package of dry yeast. And we'll mix those together and let it stand for 5 minutes.
It's gonna be a little chaos coming here and there, you know? Alright. Mix.
While we're waiting for the yeast to dissolve, we're going to mix together 3 cups of white flour with our cup of lukewarm milk.
Bye. You're like, I don't know what that is, Olivia. Whatever that is. Don't do it again!
Once your yeast has dissolved in the warm water for about 5 minutes, you'll add it to the rest of your mixture and it will look something like this. Then you'll set it in a warm space until it doubles in size. Be sure to cover it as well. Now that our dough has risen and doubled in size, we're going to add a 3/4 cup of flour, as well as our granulated sugar, our salt, and our cinnamon, and butter. First we'll add a teaspoon of salt. Next we'll add a tablespoon of cinnamon. Next we'll add 2 eggs. Last of all, we'll add our 3/4 cup of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter. Just going to melt that up before we put it in. Once all those ingredients are mixed together, find yourself a clean space to work. Today we have a baking mat. We'll coat the baking mat with a little bit of flour and then roll the dough out onto the mat and add the additional 3/4 cup of flour. Sounds like a planner. Next we'll add our 3/4 cup of flour. Yep. And we'll knead it into the dough. Once your dough is kneaded, take it off your baking mat or clean space, add some more flour, and then we'll roll it out into a square. So now that we have it in a square, we're going to flatten the dough out further, maybe till it's about half a centimeter, maybe a little bit thicker. And in the meantime, we're going to melt some butter, about a fourth to a half a cup of butter should be enough. You'll also want some cinnamon sugar. We have pre-made some cinnamon sugar, but it's very simple to make if you don't already have it. It's just a lot of sugar with a little bit of cinnamon. To your taste preference. Great.
Yeah. And what are you, Canadian? We don't use centimeters around here.
Yeah.
Eighth of an inch, buddy.
For the butter, we're not going to melt it all the way, but you just want it to be soft enough that you can spread it around the dough. If it's too soft, it'll spill out on the edges and you won't have it in the middle of the cinnamon roll.
Don't mind me, just smoothing out some of this butter.
There you go.
That looks nicely spread.
Let's try that. Let's try that.
Yeah.
Much better.
That looks lovely.
Alright.
Excellent. So we don't want to be as fancy as the French with the laminated dough.
Oh yeah, totally.
Because like, they do butter.
They do, they do.
But we're like, nah, it'll be fine. Laminating? Nah. Just roll it up in betwixt the raised dough. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Slap some sugar in there too.
Yes.
Nice copious amounts. Because I feel like no matter how much you add in there, it always just kind of evaporates.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
Totally.
more.
Yes.
So the first time I made cinnamon rolls, I was just like,
Oh yeah.
that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks heavy.
Yes.
Got them out and I was like, there's no cinnamon.
Yeah.
But I learned, I was like, yeah, no, you gotta like pile that on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
So nowadays,
Yes.
I pile it on. That's what I need.
Yes.
Gonna get a nice, even coverage. You're like, what is happening right now? Yeah!
Once your dough is nice and coated, our next step is going to be to roll the dough into a wad of sorts. And for this next section, you will need either a piece of thread or plain dental floss.
Yes. There we go. Once again, dots in the face. And pinch, pinch, pinch.
And now we'll take our 2 pizza pans and we'll put some parchment paper for our bread. When it comes to making the cinnamon rolls, it's pretty straightforward. Take your thread or dental floss, run it underneath the bread. Underneath the bread.
Maybe.
Maybe. And then pull the 2 together and pull them as a loop. And then we'll make a little cinnamon roll. Now that our cinnamon rolls are prepped and ready to go, all that's left to do is let them rise until they double in size, and then place them in the oven for 25 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. As you wait for the cinnamon rolls to raise for the second time, it's a great time to make a glaze. Since Olivia is an expert at this, I'll let her walk you through it.
For our glaze, we're going to need a stick of butter, some milk, confectioner's sugar, a dash of cinnamon, and some vanilla. We'll begin by melting down our butter in a microwave-safe bowl. Once your butter is melted, we're going to add a few cups of confectioner's sugar. Yeah. We'll start there. Add a little more. Yeah. More.
More than that?
Yeah.
Alright.
More.
Alright. There's a lot of sugar in this.
Yes. This is the part where you're going to let the souls of your ancestors guide you. As we're going to add just a little bit of our milk. Looking for a lovely, creamy glaze consistency. So it's starting to get a little bit thicker. We're going to need more sugar. Just a little bit more.
A little more sugar?
Yeah, a little more sugar.
I love
Just the process. I mean, like 2 more of those.
2 more. Holy moly.
Souls of your ancestors. I just gotta let them guide you. There we go. That's starting to look nice. Alright, we're gonna add a little more milk. Once again, looking for a nice, silky consistency. Beautiful glaze to pop on top of our cinnamon rolls. Alright, as you're starting to achieve that nice glaze consistency, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla, if you can get the bottle open.
Details.
I add maybe a little more than a little. And then I like to add a little dash of cinnamon. And after that's nice and blended down and smooth, it'll be ready to go on your cinnamon rolls.
Fantastic. And here we have the finished cinnamon rolls. All that's left to do is to add a little bit of glaze and enjoy. Thanks, Olivia, for joining me on today's video.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Hope you had fun.
That I did.
And I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe down below. And I will see you in the next video. Totally. Cheers. Thank you for no well.
That's nice.
You too, huh? Here, try it. was coming right after this part.
That make his usual cameo.
Yes. Pretty much. Isn't that right? That's it. That's all I got.
I'm not sharing.
See you next time.